Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about a rare super full moon, a blue moon, that is coming up on August 30. I will share with you 5 things you have to know about this really unique time and why it may shake you up a little bit. By shaking you up a little bit, I mean that it may cause some radical changes when it comes to the way you're organizing yourself and the way you're structuring your life so you can live in a greater alignment with your dreams, with your vision, with your passions and inspirations, whatever is kinda inspiring you to do more of, or to do less of, or to organize your life in a way that you feel more alive, that you feel more aligned with yourself. This full moon is really, really powerful and really incredible. And the best thoughts that I want to share with you for the beginning of this video are the thoughts by Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said that to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. It is coming in the zodiac sign of Pisces, and Pisces is this intuitive, emotional, dreamy sign that is encouraging us to tap into the feminine aspect of ourselves. We all have masculine and feminine energies that are building up and structuring our inner energy bodies. But when we are ignoring one side or another, we may become imbalanced. And when we are imbalanced, our energy becomes quite chaotic, quite stressed. And we have to learn to manage these energies. And when it comes to Pisces, it comes to our ability to dream, capacity to think bigger, right? Like the saying goes, I have to be led by heart and driven by imagination, right? So when it comes to the full moon, the third and last full moon of summer in the northern hemisphere will be a super blue moon. Since it will be the second full moon in a calendar month according to the moon's 29-day orbit of the Earth, making it a super moon. On average, supermoons are 16% brighter than regular moons, and they appear bigger than a usual full moon. The blue supermoons are a very rare phenomenon. These moons often only appear once every 10 years due to astronomical conditions. But occasionally, the interval between blue supermoons can be as long as 20 years. So this is something really unique that is happening right now. So don't be surprised if you sense more intense energy during the next 6 days, as this one brings us a strong support in the area of personal growth, discipline, and alignment with the true self. Meaning, when you identify what would be the highest expression of yourself, you will easily adapt your lifestyle to match its standards, habits, beliefs, and actions. So please let me know in the comment section, how do you feel already? Do you feel it? Do you feel like you're aligning your life, like you're synchronizing your life to the vision of your future? Because I've seen so many comments recently about people who are already thriving. Many people are actually doing the work and experiencing incredible changes, as I've made a video 2 days ago about feeling a bit tired during these times. I've seen many people who wrote, well, I've structured my life well, I've started certain workout routine, I've started taking care of my diet, I'm meditating frequently, and I feel like I'm thriving, I feel like I'm completely in alignment with myself, and that's beautiful. That's what it means when we learn to manage the energies well and we learn to surf on the present energies. That is something truly beautiful to achieve. And if you're not there yet, don't feel discouraged or don't feel bad. It just means that there are certain weaknesses when it comes to your character, or when it comes to ability to discipline your life, to live virtuously. And you just have to recognize what are those weaknesses and work on them. Our weaknesses can reveal to us our greatest strength once we start working more on them. So what are 5 things that you have to know about this full moon? Well, I've already shared a lot with you, right? But 5 things that can help you to work with this present full moon's energy is that the first one is that your emotional weaknesses may speak louder right now, and this is incredible. Great time for self-reflection of your shadow aspect to upgrade your understanding about yourself, and that leads to a greater self-knowledge. And often if you use your creativity to work with your weaknesses, you may discover a great flow of healing, right? Healing doesn't happen by focusing on healing. That's an interesting saying. You know, every time we focus on something that may be wrong, we'll just see more wrong things. The real healing happens when we focus on the potential of what may become as a byproduct of healing, what may happen as a byproduct of healing. That is the real healing. So often when we feel that we have a certain weakness, like we may be afraid of talking in front of the camera. Let's say this is the fear that you have, or you may have a fear of exposing or sharing your art with people. Many artists have this kind of a fear. And to heal that fear, for example, to heal that shadow aspect of yourself means that you focus on what may happen as the best possible scenario if you would do it, and you focus on that vision, and you tap into the energy of inspiration, as you may feel inspired and really excited if you visualize yourself successfully sharing your work, receiving wonderful compliments, receiving beautiful words by anyone who came across it, and you visualize it, and suddenly you may feel inspired to do it, right? And when you take action and you actually do the work, you will experience what we call a healing energy that will move through your body. And it doesn't mean that the pattern will be healed immediately, as you've been repeating the fearful thoughts and actions for such a long time. It may not happen over one action, but as you build a habit of doing greater work, or doing the work of greatness, whatever is that vision for the future that may represent greatness for yourself, you're doing the healing. So if your emotional weaknesses may speak louder right now, fully acknowledge them. This is a great opportunity that the universe is projecting to you to discover what may be holding you back, and rather than being kind of blocked by fears and worries and maybe certain limiting beliefs, acknowledge them, question them, and work with them. You know, as I said, sometimes, or a great time to work with our shadows can also allow us to kind of use our weak parts for the creative expression. If we start writing, maybe a poetry about what we are going through, we may experience a release of something that was holding us back. Or you can record a video about what you're going through, and you don't need to share that video with anyone, but because talking in front of the camera may already feel like a creative flow, you may experience a release, and that's something really beautiful you can do. Creativity is such a great power we can use for healing. The second thing you have to know is that right now an intuitive connection with your wiser self, or future self, or true self, or higher self, however you want to call it, is really, really strong, really intense. This is an intense connection right now, which is allowing you to connect with that greater future that you're kind of working on to manifest. You can connect with that part of you that is already living there. As you may know, if you're familiar with my work, you may know that how I look as that concept of the future, of time, I look at it as a field of potentials. And when you're visualizing yourself in the future, you're just picking one potential. This is the concept that comes from quantum physics, and it's quite real. So when I'm doing the meditation and when I'm visualizing myself, I focus on a certain expression of myself that truly resonates with me, and then I ask myself how that version of myself feels like. What kind of changes that future me applied in his life that reality became possible. And if you do that work and you ask yourself what you have to do to get there, you will notice that your future self will start giving you answers, and certain signs may appear in your life completely through synchronicities that will encourage you to do what you have to do, and you will come across the right information. Maybe this video is a synchronicity for you right now, that there may appear certain answers for you for what you have to do at this time. So intuitive connection with your wiser self or future self is really strong right now. You can use it for manifestation. Go into meditation and call up that potential that resonates with you the most. What do you have? How do you feel? How do you think? What do you believe in? And materialistically, what do you have? How your body looks like? What's your body posture? What's your facial expression? What's your haircut? What are your clothes? And so on. And go into details and use your 5 senses to in tune with that future self. You will see how powerful it is. The third thing you have to know is that this is a really great time, an important time to structure your routines. So structuring routines, the way that can help you empower your weaknesses and embrace your uniqueness is something really great right now to do. It will help you to increase your boundaries, to get back into a certain workout routine, whatever you're doing, to become consistent with meditation, with journaling, with reading, or whatever you're prioritizing at this point of your evolution. Really just take time and structure your routines. The most important one, as we know, is the morning routine, how we start our days, how our day is going. So if you pay attention to a certain structure that can work for you, like for me, what is the most important in the morning is meditation. So every single day I take 1 hour for meditation, 1 hour and 20 minutes usually. And after the meditation, I do a workout. That's how I start my day every single day. And through the time, I've noticed that this is what works best for me. I was trying so many different things. So if you feel like, I don't know what's best for me right now, keep trying. I was trying for years what's best for me until I've discovered, okay, this is truly something that works. And I know in the future, I will adapt it. I will change it, because life is all about changes, right? But we have to do the work, and we have to be conscious around what resonates and what helps us to grow. Because when it comes to this thought, what resonates, it doesn't mean what is the most familiar or what is the easiest. It means what can help us to grow the most, what can help us to stay in alignment with ourselves. This is how we recognize what resonates with us. The fourth thing you have to know is to take yourself on an adventure right now and do more of what feels natural to you. Because emotionally it may be more intense period right now, so doing what you love may help you to channel the stored emotional energies, to release them. Like Rumi said, let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. And that is a beautiful saying. So take yourself onto an adventure. As you know, Sun is in the Virgo sign and the Moon is in the sign of Pisces. So these are two opposites, and from the first hand I can tell you how it is, because I'm Virgo, my Maya, my partner, is Pisces. And these two opposite signs, if you look at the zodiac cycle, you will notice that they stand in the opposite direction, which means that Virgo is all about fast action, making fast results, being consistent, being disciplined, being a visionary. And Pisces is then this slow-moving sign, a dreamer, an emotional being, a a being of empathy, a being of deep emotional connection to everything. And when these two energies come together, they may trigger one another in a way that initiates healing. And that's what is happening right now. That's why there may be many intense triggers present in our lives right now. Many things may happen the way that will trigger us in a way that will initiate healing if we stay conscious and aware and present with ourselves and reflect on what happened and what fear awakened during that triggery moment, and what were our beliefs about what happened, so we notice what caused that fear to arise. And then if you take yourself onto an adventure, you know what happens. You start looking at your life from a new perspective. You do more things you love to do, and not just that it brings stillness into your heart, it also helps you to maybe take some new steps in your life, to add some refreshment to your life. And this is something truly beautiful to do right at this time. And the last one, the fifth one, is to expose yourself to something you've been procrastinating on for years. This is the fastest way to make a spiritual, emotional, and psychological progress. So whatever it is that you've been procrastinating on, maybe exposing yourself for something that feels hard, but you know you have to do, like applying for a new job, or inviting that special person for a date or a dinner, or starting that new project, or showing your art to potential clients, or making your first exhibition, or you know what it is. You've been procrastinating on because of fears. You know that the only way to fully evolve is to move through discomfort sensations, to use your weaknesses as a guiding mechanism for what needs to be discovered within your soul. And then when you discover it, use it, even though you may feel afraid, even though you may feel discouraged, even though you may feel like it's not for you. Do it anyway, because only by doing you're learning the most, right? Only by doing you can know what's best for you. Only by doing you're imprinting wisdom into your soul. That's what your soul is craving the most. Your soul is craving the most action, movement, being exposed, trying new things. That's why if you're not moving, if you're not doing new things, if you're not trying new things and dreaming big, you feel less and less and less energized about life. So if you feel a lack of energy and you feel depressed, it's most probably because for a long time you haven't done something new. You haven't done something that would kind of spark your soul on fire. And if you feel like that, this is a great time to push yourself a little bit into unfamiliar zone and do something new. But keep the balance, don't overdo it, because it may feel overwhelming due to a lot of emotional energy that is happening right now. But be moderate, find a right way of doing it. And only by trying, only by practicing, you find what's right. So practice, my friends. Put things into practice. So this is it for today, my friends. I hope you found something valuable today. And of course, I'm sharing with you for this video painting Create Your Own World. A guy who is painting the moon. Some people wrote me that it's like I've painted myself, and most probably I did, subconsciously. And this is like this dreamy painting that inspires us to dream bigger, If you think you're dreaming big, well, this is the time that is encourage you to dream even bigger and to initiate that dream into reality. Only you can do it, my friend. So till next time, have a wonderful time. Let me know in the comment section how this video inspired you, what you've learned, and where you are right now. Because by writing your comments, you're also helping others to see that Nobody is alone in that process. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support of my art in our Etsy shop, I Draw My Passion. The link is in the description of this video. Until next time, one love.